I need a haircut. Hey girls. August 6th, 2024. I practice the dates now before I start recording because of how many times I've gotten them wrong. I practice them now because that's embarrassing, right? Day is today? Tuesday? I even got the day right. That's right. Well, been a couple weeks. I was letting some stuff. I was processing. Is what I was doing. Processing some stuff. Nothing I haven't anticipated. You can tell I'm doing a lot better. If you've watched all the videos, the private ones, of when I was actually going through the process, all the crying, the being really upset, fear of the future, those sorts of things. I'm better at it now because, well, I've been through a lot. And now I'm able to anticipate what these people do. And I did. And I anticipated it pretty well. I just finished printing off. There's too much. The binder. Binder number 2. Printing off the protective order and the motion from your CLR so you can read it. So in the video where I tell you my version of the story, remember how I told you I couldn't tell you everything that day at Autumn Moscano's office? Remember? I said I couldn't tell the girls this because they'd start trying to throw me in jail and start freaking out. Well, I said my side of the story, and what happened? Exactly what I said would happen. I told my side of the story, something I couldn't do back then at Ascano's, and they did exactly what they did, precisely what I was expecting. Protection orders! He's saying something different than Mom. Protection orders. We have to believe Mom. She's the only one we can trust. So, yeah, probably going to talk a lot about your CLR in this video. And because of that, I'm probably sending it to her because I don't believe in talking about people behind their backs. Your CLR deals a lot in telling a story to one person this side and saying, no, see, what I said is this, and what they said is this, and what that person said is this, confusing the situation. And it's indicative of not doing the right thing. You know, I've been through a fair amount of rough times, and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it now. I see the bigger picture. As long as you're doing the right thing, everything that happens to you is actually for a reason. And then that begs the question, how do you know you're doing the right thing? Well, very simple. It's really, really simple. Do you have to lie to anybody? Do you have to try to deceive anybody? If you can tell the truth to everyone about what you're doing the right thing. And if something you're doing isn't exactly right, hopefully someone will actually say to you, hey, I don't know about this, and then you can talk it through and you figure out if it's the right thing. That ties back into being open to criticism and enabling. You never want to tell somebody they're doing the right thing when they're not. You know, they call Satan the great deceiver. Why? Why do they call Satan the great deceiver? Because he has to deceive you in order to do what he does. He can't be honest. He'll tell you he's your best friend. No. Believe me, that person is lying. That's the thing about liars, is actually you can let them just show themselves for who they are. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm letting people show themselves for exactly who they are. I knew this was going to happen. Some people view you right now as possessions, not as people. They view you as a possession that they will be able to control forever. This happened, maybe you'll remember when you watch this, but COVID was one of these times where these people who are desperate for power and control wanted to keep a narrative going and frighten people, scare people. No, that's disinformation. You can't give them that information. No, they can't hear that. Anybody who's telling the truth won't say to you, no, you can't hear that. I didn't always tell you the truth. I didn't. I am now. And I tried my best to tell you back then, but I knew what they were going to do back then, and I was so scared. I had you girls, and I had you back in my life, and I didn't want to lose that. And I knew what they would do if I said, well, no, hey, mom is making it so I can't pay for this, and I'm running out of money. Protection orders! He said something bad about mom. That's what they would have done. That's what they've done now. It's a damn shame. But the clock is ticking. Grace, you'll be 18 in 5 years. Muffin, you'll be 18 in 7 years, right? 18 minus 11, 7, 6.5. It's a short amount of time. COVID was 4 years ago. 4.5. The clock's ticking now. And so these people who think that you're possessions and that they can control you don't really realize that you're going to be older pretty soon and you're going to be your own person. They think they'll be able to control the narrative forever. Nope. You're people. And I've always believed you let people make their own decisions. If you guys don't want to see me, I'll tell you my side of the story. And you've seen it at this point probably, the video that caused all the chaos. And if you don't want to see me, okay, I'll accept that. And if there's something I've done that I don't remember, because like I said in the video, I'm not a victim. I caused this. I behaved terribly. I didn't beat anybody up like they want to put out there. But if there's something I've done, number one, if I'm not there right now, if I'm not around anymore, I'm sorry for it. I really am. But I'm not going to believe people who've lied to me. You guys I'll believe. If you guys tell me, hey, you did this and you beat me up, I don't really think we're going to have to deal with that one. Or you beat mom up. I know, Muffin, you had to tell people that I put mom in a chokehold, which I know you don't actually believe. At least I hope you don't believe that. But let me fix that. Muffin, if you can tell me, hey, yeah, you put mom in a chokehold like you told other people, and you can say, okay, what room did that happen in? What happened to mom after I put her in a chokehold? Did she pass out? Did the paramedics come? Did I just let her go? Where was Grace? Where was Grace when this happened? What did you do, Muffin? What happened after because I'm pretty certain you heard that from somebody else and felt like you had to say that, and that's okay. I get it. I felt like I had to say a lot of things too, Muffin. I felt when I was in your position of just trying to get by, I felt like I had to say a lot of things too, just to get by, to not rock the boat, to not cause any problems, until I finally snapped. And that's what I was going to talk to you about tonight is, well, let me get back to this. If there's anything that I did that I don't remember, because I gotta admit it, I boozed it up a lot trying to get thoughts out of my head. And quite frankly, it was the only way I was in control. I felt like my life was out of control, and the only way I could control it was to booze. Terrible idea. Don't do that. But if there's something that I've forgotten, I'll believe you guys. When other people have shown to already have lied about what I've done, not so much. Not going to believe them. And that's that. You can read what Jenny and the judge have to say. The judge is equally as cowardly. You can read it, but the judge says, I'm not going to remove a professional out of the kids' lives based on vague allegations. However, these vague allegations of domestic violence, I will go ahead and remove father and create a no contact order. A judge. It's a lawyer who applied to wear a cute little robe and get up on a stand and now plays dress up on a bench. That's not a judge. That's a coward. I go ahead and show it to her. She's a coward. I'm going to issue a no contact order because of vague allegations. The system is corrupt. And that's just the way it goes. But like I said, the clock's ticking, so it's okay. I acted out and created this situation because I felt as though I was being mistreated. That's the reality of it. Now, that might happen or have happened to you. And when that happens, and if and when that happens, you're going to feel like that's you. Once you realize you've screwed up, and I'm speaking from experience, once you realize you've screwed up, you're going to feel like, well, now I'm just a screw up. You are not. You are not a screw up. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. You've been manipulated by someone who was supposed to look out for your best interests. But unfortunately, your CLR has not come to grips with her own issues in her own life. And so now she acts out towards the world. Batman, great movie. We dressed up. You guys saw Batman, the one with the Joker, and Muffin, you wanted to be the Joker. I don't have the pictures of it right now, but or maybe I do. Do I? That'd be cool. No, I don't think I do. Halloween. Was it 2020? No. 2020 was when we did... there it is. No, that's not it either. 2018. That's the one. Oh, little Muffin and Monk. Mom looks beautiful. I look terrible. We did a good job. In any case, there's a line in that movie where the butler, Albert, is, Batman, Bruce Wayne, asks why the Joker behaves the way that he does. And the butler, Albert, makes the statement of, some men just want to watch the world burn. Well, so do some women. Some women just want to watch the world burn, and men too. But it's not gender specific. Right now, your CLR just wants to watch the world burn. I knew it from the moment I looked into her eyes. It was a damn shame. Someone had hurt her very, very badly. And now she was gonna set the world afire. Ablaze, on fire, whatever. And what she doesn't realize, and what I want you to know, is that it can turn around. It's all based on us. It's not based on us getting revenge on anybody else. That's the other lesson in that movie. Great movie. It's got a good lesson behind it. Because the beginning of the movie is Bruce Wayne wanting to get revenge. And he's like, no, revenge isn't going to work because you just want more and more and more. And it never satisfies you. You just keep doing it, and then you just become exactly what you sought out to gain revenge on. You become that person. There's another famous cliche phrase that the oppressed often become the oppressors because they're so pissed off. They're so pissed off at the world that they start doing to other people what has happened to them. If you look at the behavior of your CLR, she wants power and control. She wants to control you. She wants to intimidate you. She wants to get you and mom to do what she wants. Don't you let him back into your life. Don't do it. Don't you forgive him. He'll do it again. Rule by fear. If you can rule, the only way you can really rule somebody is through fear. And it's the only kind of person that really wants to rule anybody else. A leader doesn't want to rule anybody. They want to lead you and guide you. Make you into a person that makes your own decisions. I don't know if you guys remember this, but your grandmother, my biological mother, I knew she had the same condition. Oh boy, did she want to watch the world burn. I didn't know that growing up, watching her. I thought there was something wrong with me. But having now grown up and seen the way she behaves towards everybody, she's one of those people that wants to watch the world burn. And you guys had asked, hey, can we talk to our grandmother? What about our other grandmother? Dad, what about your mom? And I let you make the decision. I didn't say, no, you can't have that information. No, I make the decisions around here. I said, okay, girls, I'm going to let you do it. I want you to decide. I knew what was going to happen. I'm not a soothsayer here. I knew you guys. I know you guys now. And it didn't take but what? 3 phone calls, maybe less? Fewer, less? And Monkey, you told me, I really don't want to talk to her. I knew it. I knew that was coming. But I let you make that decision, not me. Your CLR wants to tell you what to do, wants to tell mom what to do, wants to tell all of her clients what to do. She wants to be that person who hurt her way back when, the one that controlled her and the one that hurt her. It's blatantly obvious she feels betrayed and rejected. Something happened to her. I think I know what. But something happened to her where she feels like she was manipulated and controlled, and now she's acting out. It's a very common thing. I can tell you from experience. It's a very common thing. I did it. I did that. And now mom feels betrayed. And freaking sucks, but she was betrayed. Sorry. I'm disappointed in myself for having done it. I love mom to death. I always will. Yeah, she's not wrong. She's not wrong at all. But you can't say to somebody, hey, I've been betrayed, now I'm going to take the kids from them, from dad. Can't say that. Doesn't work. And so your CLR does the exact same thing. There's a group of women that just do this. It's the only way they can feel power. The kids are mine. This is mine. Mine, 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 mine. Does that sound familiar? Mine, mine, mine. They want control. And that's the only way they can get it. They feel powerless. And this is the only way they can get power. So, when you do screw up, you will screw up, but if you've acted out because of being manipulated like this, geez, Dad, pull it together. I'm trying. It's a tough topic. It's a really tough topic because I do anticipate you're going to act out much like me. You had the same reaction to your grandmother, just like me. Monkey, you and I have had so many similar thoughts, it's frightening. Which, by the way, same brain was used against us, or used against me, more specifically. Can't say that. Get a protection order. I have a strong suspicion you're going to act out a lot like I did. When it happens, hey, shoot. All right, I messed up. What do I do to fix this? Forgiveness. These people that go around and want to watch the world burn, you will never hear them talk about forgiveness and healing. It doesn't happen. This is going to sound really harsh, and it's not meant to, but it's real. That same great deceiver will never encourage forgiveness. But the guy who I at least believe died for our sins, that's all he said. That was it. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. Because that's the only way heaven works. Heaven doesn't work if we're bickering and resentful and trying to get revenge. But if you forgive everyone, I said it in a few videos back, every single person has at least one instance in their life in which they say, I will never forgive that person. And that's their test. Some people have more than just one. But you forgive. And then you move on. And they move on. But this here, protection orders, and you admit what you did, you admit what you did. It's not up to us to get other people to admit what they did. It's up to us to admit what we've done. And once we do, forgiveness is actually so easy. It's crazy. Because what it is, and for me, oh boy, for me to forgive others, I had to admit that I had done something wrong. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for the things that I've done that I know of. And if there are some that I don't remember, like I said, I forgive myself because this person's actually not that person anymore. That person is long gone. But once you would see, hey, I've made a mistake here. I've screwed up. How do I fix this? Well, the way to fix it presents itself very easily. That usually varies with how to fix things. Apologies work pretty well, but sometimes it takes more than an apology. And when we can't forgive ourselves, we create our own hells, circling right back around, watching the world burn. Well, they create it. They create that burning hell of a world around them. I did. I created my own hell. It was terrible. It's still not great. I still have a penance to pay. Because now I have to watch people who can't forgive. It sucks. It sucks really bad to watch people carry anger. People that I love very, very much carry anger. Seeing mom so angry, it hurts. I tried telling her, but as of right now, she's surrounded by the agents of the great deceiver. The people that promote that, don't you forgive him. Well, they do that because they can't forgive themselves. They can't forgive other people, and so they don't want other people forgiving each other. Good Lord. A drunk wants everyone else drunk. A drug addict wants everybody else to be doing drugs. You know how it goes. They need other people to be doing the same thing as them so they feel okay about themselves. So doing the right thing. Now, and that's the trick too, is you got to do the right thing even when no one's watching. That's the most important time to do the right thing. Because we think no one's watching, and I'm not saying we're being, like spied on. But something's watching. Something's keeping tabs. I continue to get blessings. That's a different topic. I continue to get blessings just because I try to do the right thing. And I don't have to lie about it. When you don't, girls, when you live a life where you don't have to lie about anything, oh my God, it's phenomenal. It's so easy. Life just becomes like easy. It just glides. Like you just glide through life. You don't have to remember anything. What did I tell this person? What did I tell that person? Hold on, what do they think? No, it's just, hey, this is the way it is. And so there's going to be a lot of lies about me, hence the binder, hence, when that clock expires and you girls turn 18, that's probably when the most of the lies are going to really kick in. Unless your CLR and mom's attorney all decide to just knock it off. I don't anticipate that happening, but they knock it off. Hey, we can all just move on with our lives. No hard feelings. And that's the scary part. That's the scary part for people who admit or need to admit they've done something wrong. They think they're going to be shunned or cast out. And they will be by some. They will be actually shunned by the other people who can't admit their own faults yet. But the people who have admitted their own faults, they will welcome them in with open arms. That's one thing that's happened to me that's remarkable. It's phenomenal. And even your CLR. Hi. If she were to just knock it off and say, hey, look, I've done something really stupid here. I'm sorry. Look, you, Grace, Amy, Tina, JJ, get back together, work this out yourselves, and let me leave you guys alone, and I'm sorry. I'd be like, hey, no, it's okay. I've screwed up too. I've screwed up too. No big deal. Let's move on. And that would be that. I actually thought that was the way it was going to be when me and Mom got divorced. I thought it was going to be, okay, it's all over. I went and shook Mom's attorney's hand. Like, hey, no hard feelings. Because I thought it was all over. Little did I know. But hey, I'm not going to foster this same energy that they put out. Not going to happen. They will tell you that I did, hence these videos. They will tell you, so, you know, he was still causing problems and he was still drunk. That's the point of the other binders. All that documentation proving sobriety, because that's probably one they're going to try and get on here. No, not so much. Pretty sober. That was the way I acted out, girls. I acted out mostly by just getting drunk a lot, acting out like that. It was a cry for help. And if you act out, that's your cry for help. And once I got away from what I needed to get away from, no, the alcohol left. You already know that from the private videos. I think we did talk pretty in depth about that. But you saw me go through hell. I didn't drink because as bad as it wasn't as bad as it was in that house. I'm going to be brutal here for just a couple minutes. You know, I have more sympathy for Mom than for anybody else because I was an asshole to her, and she was also set up in a very, very bad way that I don't want you to be set up for. Mom was led to believe as a child that she couldn't screw up. How did that happen? Well, Mom was led to believe that if she screwed up in any way, she would lose the love of her parents because they never addressed the wrongdoings. They would look the other way. They would ignore them. Coming home late at night. Well, yeah, doing all the wrong things that a kid does. Normal. But you don't ignore that. That's enabling. You say, hey, you've screwed up here. You're in trouble. But I still love you. And I'm calling you out because I love you. That never happened with Mom. And Mom got this belief that she wasn't allowed to screw up. And quite frankly, that happens with a lot of women now. Because women are told how amazing, beautiful, powerful, strong, independent, all these catchphrases that go on. And you can't call any women out for anything they've done wrong. You can't say anything bad about a woman. But women know when they screw up just as much as men do. And if you don't call them out, they know it. They just think, oh, I've gotten away with a lie here. I've gotten away with a lie here. Oh, God, people think I'm perfect. And I can't ever let anybody know I'm not perfect. I have to maintain perfection. The world is telling me I'm perfect, and I haven't screwed up. I know I've screwed up, but I got to keep a story going here. And when you're trying to maintain this image that you know you can't maintain, it'll drive you crazy. It'll drive you crazy. You will screw up. And I will still love you. No matter what. I've screwed up way worse in ways you don't know about, maybe. How can I possibly not love you? And even if I hadn't, even if you do manage to screw up worse than I do, I'll still love you. Just own up to it when you screw up and go, hey, I screwed up here. Okay, yeah, no big deal. Let's move on. That's now in the past. That screw up in the past, learn your lesson, let's go. Mom never got that. I know it firsthand. And she tried to maintain an image that just didn't work. Mom's amazing. You know it, I know it. But she thought she had to be perfect. The irony is that Mom, you, me, all of us are actually perfect in our imperfections. Even your CLR. And that's why I would say, hey, no big deal. Come here. Give me a hug. It's okay. You need somebody to call me. It's okay. We are perfect in our imperfections as long as we address them and acknowledge them. Tough topic tonight because I'm anticipating your acting out. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're stronger than me. And in some respects, you really are. They're going to try and deceive you again, girls. When you're watching this, however old you are, they're going to try and deceive you again because, well, maybe not. Unless they have admitted their own fault, they will try and deceive you. If they admit their own faults, no, that won't happen. That's why you're getting this from me. I've admitted my faults, and here I go. I'm letting you know. This is the way it is. No more deceit. Thinking about all the times I was deceitful. It's weird because I had to go through it to learn the lesson. But I wish there was a way for me to learn that damn. And I'm glad to have learned the lesson. That's my point. I'm so glad to have learned the lesson about deceit and maintaining images and not having to be perfect. What I wouldn't have given to just somehow know that. Maybe that's what I'm trying to impress upon you. When we realize we don't have to be perfect, we don't need to deceive anybody. Hey, this is me. So we'll deal with this. I don't know what my plan is. I don't know. I'm letting God decide for me. I don't really make plans anymore. I get inspired to do things, and I do them. This one, I knew how this was going to go. I knew it from the moment we met the CLR. I knew. You see, Mom had tried to get the protection orders. Her attorney had tried to get the protection orders, and they brought in her attorney's friend to get the protection orders. And she said, it's going to go at a snail's pace. We're not going to really be able to let you see the kids, because she knew what was going to happen if you saw me. We're going to get them to believe, you abandoned them. I didn't abandon you, and now you know I couldn't tell you the truth. So this was their plan from the outset. Very short-sighted plan. Deceit. And they're still going to try and come after me, by the way. No doubt about it. If I run into you guys at the supermarket or something like that, guaranteed they're going to try and throw me in jail. Maybe they already have. Who knows? By the time you're watching this, who knows? Or maybe all of them saw the absolute futility in doing this nonsense. The world we live in is pretty darn good. You know why? Because, for lack of a better term, good has always triumphed over evil. Here we are. I mean, there's still evil in the world, but the majority are good. It's that minority who want to deceive and make the world into what they want because they know best. I don't know best. You girls decide. Everybody else decides. My first officers decide. Your CLR gets to decide. Everybody gets to decide on their own. They will, of course, accuse you of what they're guilty of. Remember that one. But you get to decide, girls. Oh. Muffin, I thought of you the other day. It was your half birthday not too long ago. I thought about that. I miss you. Miss you a lot. That's why I got these. They keep me going. They really do. Like, no joke. There are days where I'll be down and I'll look at my arms and go, keep on going. Keep going. So all kinds of stuff tonight. Deceit. Rejection. Betrayal. Oh, rejection. It can, you know, that's kind of why we're here right now in this mess. Is I felt rejected, then Mom felt rejected, and now we've got somebody who also felt rejected running the show for Mom. Shit, World War II was started because of rejection. The old boy Adolf felt rejected from art school, and all hell broke loose about 10 years, 15 years later, whatever it was. Don't have an answer for that one. I'll think about that. So work tomorrow. I'm working a ton as usual. Coming up with the master plan here. You know what? I'll tell you the master plan. Because by the time you watch this, you'll see if it actually came to fruition. Just about paying off all the debt. There was a ton of debt, money that should have gone to you, paid to various people in this mess. That's disappointing. But it's over. It's in the past. In the past. And I started saving for the next house. So hopefully, it's August 6th right now. And that was a year ago I walked over in that podcast from the other house to this house. Little did I know what was going to happen over this past year. Holy cow. That's actually not true at all. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Jesus. I really did. I say that. And even back then I look at it going, No. I knew the people I associated with, not now, but the people in the past. People I've now removed from my life. Oof. Anyway, so let's see. August of next year. Either, well, Muffin, you get the first pick. I don't know why. Or Monkey, you get the first pick. I don't know. No, Monkey, you're the old one. You let Muffin pick her house first. I'm going to tell you something that I don't. I'm stammering because I don't talk about often, even with my therapist. But Muffin, and don't take this the wrong way, Monkey. You'll see what I mean. But Muffin, you were a little baby in Japan when I had really given up everything, even my home, career, home, family, friends, all that stuff. Monkey, you were already, 2 years old. Pretty darn fun, could interact, but Muffin, you were a little baby. And so you cried a lot. And I remember being stressed really hard about having given up everything and being in a place I didn't know, alone a lot. And so the crying, you're crying, and you're a baby, you cry, what babies do. But your crying used to bring me so much stress because I wanted to make it like, so you didn't cry, so you didn't have anything, you didn't want for anything. Does that make sense? I don't know. I would hear you cry and go, I've screwed up. What have I screwed up? She shouldn't be crying. What am I doing wrong? You didn't, you're still, you know your rookie year video. In any case, baby crying always, or a baby crying, ever since then has always been a little bit of a trigger for me. And now that you're not in my life, Muffin, every single time I hear a baby cry now, and it's a lot at an airport, in an airplane, whatever, I think of you. I think of you every single time. Do you know how often that is? Not to mention all the other times I think about you. Because now I know about what happened when I was first kicked out of the house. I know that you cried and asked for me and were very, very upset. And that Mom's friend Laura told Mom to just make you deal with it. I know about that. I'm not very happy about that, as you can tell. And that you were made to suffer through this. So to hear a baby cry now, I think of you crying. It's extraordinarily painful. I'm sharing that with you because I want you to know I miss you too, Muffin. And Monkey. But I don't know why that came up. But every single time Monkey, you didn't cry, Monk. I swear you didn't cry. You made that noise, the one in the video. You would make that noise, and that was actually just kind of funny. But Muffin, you actually did cry and made me feel like I wasn't being a good enough dad. And so I'm rambling here because it's painful. I'm thinking about it. I gotta not think about this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been, oh my God, it's almost been an hour. Girls, the clock is ticking. This will be over before you know it, and then it will be a distant memory. You will then be able to decide. You'll have all the information. You can decide what was disinformation. You can decide for yourself what was deceit. I will just provide you with information. If you have questions, I'll answer those questions. If I'm still around. If I'm not, I'm checking in on you. Don't you worry. I promise. So I'm there. You can talk to me. I will hear you, oddly enough. But for now, we'll call it a night. 7 o'clock now. I got to be at work in about 12 hours. I love you girls. It hurts literally right now. Oh God, it's actually hurting right now. All right, I'm going to go before I get all worked up again. Whatever you do, though, and even if she hasn't admitted her faults, or none of them have admitted their faults, remember forgiveness. Forgive them, and then you will be able to move on. Thinking about that wonderful instruction given to us by our old guy Jesus. Love one another as I've loved you. It is the answer to everything. So go out there and do it, girls. I know you can. I love you. I will see you next time you click.